In this video, we are going to determine an election's winner by using the various voting methods. So the definitions that we're going to be looking at, we have a preference table. That is just a table that shows how often each particular outcome occurred from a preference ballot. And then we have four methods for voting down here. We have the plurality method, the board account method, plurality with elimination method, and then the pairwise comparison method. So I'm going to go through each of these methods in an exercise. In our first exercise, we are looking at the preference table. This exercise, we are just reading over this preference table. So we have the number of votes in the first row, and then each person is going to give their first choice, second choice, and third choice for a day for the final exam. So it says your class is given the option of choosing a day for the final exam. The students in the class were asked to rank 3 available days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So they're going to choose their first choice, second choice, and third choice. And then this table shows us everyone's choices. So how many students voted in the election? So our number of votes tells us how many students voted. So we have 14 plus 8 plus 3 plus 1 gives us 26 people, or 26 students who voted. B says how many students selected the day in this order? Friday, Monday, Wednesday. So we're going to go up to our table and we're going to find our first choice of being Friday. These two both have Friday, and then we want Monday and Wednesday. So that would be this column right here. And there were 8 students who made that choice. C says how many students selected Friday as their first choice. So Friday, first choice, we have 2 columns. So we have 14 plus 8 gives us 22 students. On D, it says how many students selected Wednesday as their first choice. All right, so Wednesday is their first choice. We have this column right here. So we have 3 students. All right, our exercises, we are going to start using our voting methods, and we're going to figure out the election winners using these various methods. So the first method that we're looking at is the board account method. So let's look at our definition for the board account method. It says that our board account method, each voter ranks the candidates from the most favorable to the least favorable. Each last place vote is given 1 point, and then next to last place is given 2 points, third from last 3 points, and so on. The points are totaled for each candidate separately, and the candidate with the most points is the winner. So basically, our board account method places rank on choices. So it says that our last place gets 1 point, and as we move up, the points get higher. So fourth will get 2 points, third will get 3 points. So it says the programmers at a theater channel need to select a live musical to introduce their new network. We have 5 choices. So how we are going to do this, we are just going to take our musicals and we are going to add up the points from all of these votes. So let's start with the cabaret. That's our first one right here. So I'm going to circle where all of our C's are because the C represents cabaret. And for every first choice vote, we're going to get 5 points. For every second choice vote, we're going to get 4 points, and so on. So for the cabaret, for first place votes, we have 2 columns. We have 7 votes here, and we have 4 votes here. So we have 7 plus 4, and we're going to multiply that by 5 because we get 5 points for all of those votes. For second place, there are no second choice votes for cabaret, so we're going to put a 0 there. For third, we have this one over here, so we only have 2. The third place votes get 3 points. For fourth, we have 0. And for fifth, we have 3. We have 5 right here, we have 4 right here, and then we have 3 right here. So we're going to add 5 plus 4 plus 3, and we're going to multiply that by 1 point for the last place votes. And whenever you add all of this up, we get that our total points for Cabaret is 73. So we're going to continue going through each musical, and for every first place vote, the musical is going to get 5 points. For every second place vote, the musical is going to get 4 points. For every third place vote, the musical will get 3. For every fourth place vote, the musical will get 2 points. And then for every fifth place vote, the musical will get 1 point. So we have added up all of the points for each of these musicals. We are going to take whichever one is the highest, and that is our winner. So the highest one is 89 points. So that means that the producers would be the winner. Alrighty, we are now going to use the plurality method. The plurality method, let's look at the definition. The plurality method, the candidate with the most first place votes is the winner. Alright, so that means that we are only looking at these first choice votes. Everything else on this table does not matter. Alright, so Cabaret, first place votes. We have 7 here and 4 here. So 7 plus 4 gives us 11. For the producers, we have 4 right here. So we have 4 first place votes. For Rent, we have 2 right here. For Sweeney Todd, we have 5. And then West Side Story, we have 3. So the winner would be the Cabaret. Alright, the next one, we are going to determine which musical is selected using the pairwise comparison method. So the pairwise comparison method, it says that the voters rank all the candidates and the results are summarized in a preference table. The table is used to make a series of comparisons in which each candidate is compared to each of the other candidates. For each pair of candidates, the candidate with the majority of the votes receives 1 point. If they tie, they receive half a point each. So basically, we are going to go through and compare each musical. So all we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these comparisons and figure out who the winner is. So let's start over here. We have the Cabaret, and we're comparing it to the producers. So we're going to go through each of these columns and figure out who has more of the higher place votes. So we're going to go through each of these columns, and wherever the Cabaret is higher, we are going to add up those number of votes, and wherever the producers is higher, we're going to add up those number of votes. So Cabaret is higher than the producers in this one, so we have 7. We have Cabaret higher over here, so we have 7 plus 4, we have 11. And then we have Cabaret higher over here, so we have 11 plus 2. We have a total of 13 for Cabaret. They are higher than Cabaret here, here, and here. So we have 5 plus 4 plus 3 gives us 12. All right, our next comparison, we are looking at Cabaret and Rent. So all the places where Cabaret is higher than Rent. We have Cabaret higher here. Cabaret is higher than Rent here. And those are the only 2. So we have 7 plus 4, we have 11. And then all the other places where Rent is higher, we have Rent higher here, 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 and here. So we have 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. So Rent has 14 total higher place votes. So we are going to continue going through and comparing each of these musicals to all the other musicals and counting who has the higher ranking for points. We can now look through each of these comparisons and see who the winner is for each different comparison. So whoever is higher. So on the first one, Cabaret versus the Producers. Cabaret has 13, so they're higher. On the second one, Rent is higher. Cabaret is higher on this one. And we are going to go through and do this for each of these comparisons. All right, so Cabaret, they have won one here and one here, so they won 2. The Producers, they won right here and right here, so they also won 2. On Rent, Rent has won right here, right here, right here, right here. So Rent has won 4. Sweeney Todd did not win any of these. And then West Side Story. West Side Story won right here and right here, so they won 2. So the winner is Rent. Alrighty, last one we're looking at is the plurality with elimination method. The definition of plurality with elimination method is the candidate with the majority, so over 50% of first place votes is the winner. If no candidate receives the majority of first place votes, eliminate the candidate with the fewest first place votes from the preference table. Move the candidates in each column below the eliminated candidates up 1 place. Repeat this process until a candidate receives the majority. All right, so we want majority roles, majority of first place. All right, so we're going to do this in rounds. The first round is, we're looking at the first choice votes. So Cabaret, 7 plus 4 gives us 11. Producers, we have 4. Rent, we have 2. Sweeney Todd, we have 5. And then West Side Story, we have 3. So Rent is our lowest. We are going to eliminate this one. And that means that these 2 votes are now going to go down to West Side Story. So on round 2, Cabaret still has 11. Producers still has 4. Sweeney Todd still has 5. But West Side Story now has 3, plus these 2 votes that we got from Rent. So we have 5. So now our lowest is the Producers. So we're going to eliminate that one. So these 4 votes is going to go down to the next one. So they are going to go to West Side Story. Round 3. Cabaret still has 11. Sweeney Todd still has 5. But West Side Story, we have the 5, and we now have the 4 from Producers, so we have 9. So the lowest one in this one is now Sweeney Todd. So Sweeney Todd, all of these votes from Sweeney Todd are going to go down. Producers has been eliminated, so we have to give it to the next one, which is West Side Story. So round 4. Cabaret still has 11. West Side Story has 9, plus these 5 votes gives them 14. We eliminate the lowest one, which makes West Side Story the winner.